Brought to you by WikiVida Documentaries. Sofia Coppola. Sofia Carmina Coppola is an American screenwriter, director, producer and actress. She is the daughter of director, producer and screenwriter Francis Ford Coppola. In 2003, she received the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay for the comedy drama Lost in Translation, and became the third woman to be nominated for an Academy Award for Best Director. In 2010, with the drama Somewhere, she became the first American woman to win the Golden Lion, the top prize, at the Venice Film Festival. In 2017, Coppola directed The Beguiled, based on the Thomas P. Cullinan novel, starring Nicole Kidman, Elle Fanning and Kirsten Dunst. The film premiered at the 2017 Cannes Film Festival, where Coppola became the second woman in the festival's history to win the Best Director award. Early life. Sofia Coppola was born in New York City, New York, the youngest child and only daughter of set decorator, artist Eleanor Coppola and director Francis Ford Coppola. Her father is of Italian descent. At 15, she interned with Chanel. Coppola is a 1989 graduate of St. Helena High School. She later attended Mills College and the California Institute of the Arts. After dropping out of college, Coppola started a clothing line called Milk Fed, which is now sold exclusively in Japan. Early career. Coppola's acting career, marked by frequent criticisms of nepotism and negative reviews, began while she was an infant, as she made background appearances in 7 of her father's films. The best known of these early roles is her appearance in The Godfather as the infant Michael Francis Rizzi in the baptism scene. Coppola returned to her father's trilogy in both the second and third Godfather films, playing an immigrant child in Part 2, and playing Michael Corleone's daughter in Part 3. After the originally cast actress Winona Ryder discontinued her involvement with the film, Coppola responded to a question about her role in The Godfather Part 3 in a 2013 interview. Coppola also acted in her father's films The Outsiders, in a scene where Matt Dillon, Tommy Howell, and Ralph Macchio are eating at a Dairy Queen. Rumblefish, The Cotton Club, and as Kathleen Turner's sister Nancy Kelcher in Peggy Sue Got Married, who she would later work with on her feature film directing debut, The Virgin Suicides. Frankenweenie was the first film that she performed in that was not associated with her father. However, it often goes unnoted due to her stage name, Domino, which she adopted at the time because she thought it was glamorous. The 1989 short film, entitled Life Without Zoe, was released as part of a tripartite anthology film, New York Stories, and was co-written by a teenage Coppola with her father, who also directed the film. After she was critically panned for her performance in The Godfather Part 3, for which she was named Worst Supporting Actress and Worst New Star at the 1990 Golden Raspberry Awards, Coppola ended her acting career. Although she appeared in the 1992 independent film Inside Monkey's Etterland, as well as in the backgrounds of films by her friends and family. For example, she appeared as Sashay in George Lucas' Star Wars, Episode I The Phantom Menace in 1999. She has since been quoted as saying that she was not hurt by the criticism from her role in The Godfather Part 3, because she never especially wanted an acting career. Coppola also appears in several music videos from the 1990s, The Black Crowes, Sometimes Salvation, Sonic Youths, Mildred Pierce, Madonna's Deeper and Deeper, The Chemical Brothers, Electrobank, which was directed by her future husband Spike Jonze.
and later Phoenix, Funky Square Dance.
Filmmaking. Coppola's first short film was Lick the Star. It played many times on the Independent Film Channel. She made her feature film directing debut with The Virgin Suicides. It received critical acclaim upon its premiere in North America at the 2000 Sundance Film Festival and was released later that year.
Her second feature was Lost in Translation. Coppola won the Academy Award for her original screenplay and 3 Golden Globe Awards, including Best Picture Musical or Comedy. After Lena Werthmuller and Jane Campion, Coppola became the third female director to be nominated for an Academy Award for directing and the second to win the Original Screenplay Award, after Campion in 1994, thus making a pattern for the female directors to be nominated for both awards. Her win for Best Original Screenplay in 2003 made her a third-generation Oscar winner. In 2004, Coppola was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences.
Her third film was the biopic Marie Antoinette, adapted from the biography by British historian Antonia Fraser. Kirsten Dunst plays the title character, marries King Louis XVI, played by Jason Schwartzman, Coppola's cousin. It debuted at the 2006 Cannes Film Festival where, despite boos in the audience, it received a standing ovation. Critics were divided. Her fourth film was Somewhere.
The movie was filmed at Chateau Marmont. The plot focuses on a bad boy actor portrayed by Stephen Dorff who is forced to re-evaluate his life when his daughter, played by Elle Fanning, arrives unexpectedly. In November 2010, Coppola was interviewed by Joel Cohen, who professed his admiration of Coppola's work at the DGA screening of Somewhere in New York City.
Coppola's next film, The Bling Ring, was based on actual events centered around the Bling Ring, a group of California teenagers who burgled the homes of several celebrities over 2008 and 2009, stealing around $3 million in cash and belongings. Emma Watson, Tysa Farmiga, Leslie Mann, Israel Broussard, Katie Chang, and Claire Julian starred in the film.
The film opened the Uncertain Regard section of the 2013 Cannes Film Festival. An announcement in mid-December 2013 stated that American Zoe Trope had successfully attained the screen rights for the memoir Fairyland, a memoir of my father, and that Coppola will adapt the book with Andrew Durham. Coppola will also produce the film with her brother Roman. In March 2014, it was reported that Coppola was in negotiations to direct a live-action adaptation of The Little Mermaid from a script by Caroline Thompson.
However, in June 2015, it was announced Coppola had dropped out of the film due to creative differences. Coppola collaborated again with her Lost in Translation star Bill Murray on A Very Murray Christmas, which starred Murray and was co-written by herself, Murray and Mitch Glazer. The film, in homage to classic Christmas-themed variety shows, was released in December 2015 on Netflix.
Coppola directed The Beguiled, a remake of the 1971 Western film of the same name. Starring Nicole Kidman, Elle Fanning and Kirsten Dunst, it is due for release in 2017. The film premiered at the 2017 Cannes Film Festival, where Coppola became the second woman to win the Best Director award.
Television. In the mid-1990s, she and best friend Zoe Kasovitz helmed the short-lived series High Octane on Comedy Central, which spotlit performers in underground music. The show was cancelled after 4 episodes. In December 2008, Coppola's first commercial premiered during an episode of Gossip Girl. The advertisement, which she directed,
for the Christian Dior fragrance Miss Dior Cherry, which was shot in France with model Marina Linchuk, was very well received and continues to be popular on YouTube.
In October 2014, Coppola launched a series of Christmas ads for the clothing chain Gap. Modeling. At the beginning of the 1990s, she was often featured in girl-oriented magazines like Seventeen and YM. In 1998, she co-founded the clothing line Milk Fed in Japan with friend Stephanie Heyman in cooperation with Sonic Youth's Kim Gordon. In 2002, fashion designer Marc Jacobs chose the actress-director to be the face of his house's fragrance.
The campaign involved photographs of her shot by photographer Jürgen Teller in his signature overexposed style. In the July 2013 issue of Elle, photographs shot by Coppola of Paris Hilton at her Beverly Hills mansion were featured.
Stage direction. In May 2016, The New York Times reported that Coppola would be making her debut as an opera director. She is currently directing a production of La Traviata for the Teatro Nazionale in Rome, Italy. Personal life. In 1992, Coppola met director Spike Jonze. They married in 1999 and divorced in 2003. In an official statement, Coppola's publicist explained that the divorce decision was reached with sadness.
It is widely believed that a minor character in Lost in Translation is based on Jones. As Coppola stated after the film's release, there are elements of Spike there. Elements of experiences. Coppola married musician Thomas Mars on August 27, 2011, at Palazzo Margherita in Bernalda, Italy. They met while producing the soundtrack to The Virgin Suicides. They have two daughters, Romy, whose name is a homage to Coppola's brother Roman, and Cosima. Coppola and her family lived in Paris for several years before moving to New York City in 2010.
Thank you for watching. Brought to you by WikiVD Documentaries. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.